Welcome back to Wizard's Workshop. Today we're going to talk about the heart and specifically the emotions that come with this topic. So what I hear a lot, and the reason that I'm making this video, because I think that the universal Western dialogue we have about the subject is using poor words. And I believe that words are important. Words make magic. And when we see so many people, I'll use the word lost, people who aren't getting it, I think that this is why we're using poor vocabulary. And here's why. When we speak of the heart, the first word that the majority of Western people come up with is love. Now, love is a beautiful thing. However, love is conditional. The word itself has conditions. It's difficult to say love. I mean, you can write the word love, but what does that mean? When I imagine love, I love something. I love my child. I love chocolate. I love coffee. I love chocolate in coffee. I love sunsets. I love road trips. I love the moon. There's a lot of things that I love, but those are all attachments. I love something. And so that is why I say love is conditional. And which is also why we have to tell ourselves to love unconditionally. We have to add another word as unconditional love, because love by itself comes with conditions. And so again, we're talking about vocabulary. Our words, again, words are magic. Words are symbolic tools to help us navigate reality. And part of reality is each other. And our emotional state in the world, how we are, how we project ourselves to be. And if we don't have the right tools, then we're not going to be able to adapt well. The better tools we have, the better adaptability we have, the better at navigating reality we are. So my suggestion, what I preach, is that instead of the word love, use the word joy. And the reason I think that joy works is because I can feel joy without condition. Now, there are events that happen that make me feel joy, like giving, and that becomes vitally important when we talk about the allegory of the heart. Now, our dreamscape, our mysticism comes from reality. But what is the reality of the heart? Well, first, we have what I like to call Old Sparky. The sinoatrial node, or the sinus node, is a little bit of nervous tissue in the center, well, maybe not the center of the heart, but in the heart. And it sparks. And when it sparks, it sends that electric signal, that electricity, through the heart. And the heart muscle contracts, creating our heartbeat. Now, what the heart does, the job of the heart, again, speaking language, I hear about having a full heart. May your heart be full. May your heart be full of pleasure. May your heart be full of love. May your heart be full of joy. I think that the heart should be empty, because a full heart is a dead body. It means that it didn't do its job. The heart's job is to empty the chamber. A strong heart is a strong muscle. And the stronger the muscle, the more it can contract and then empty that nourishing, life-giving blood into the body. Now, going back to the allegory of the heart, the first thing it does is it feeds, it gives to the farthest reaches of the body, without question. It empties fully of a substance which it itself could, or at least needs, because the heart also needs blood. In fact, the heart needs the most blood. The body, in response, the first thing that the body does through the arterial system is that as the blood flows out of the heart and into the aortic arch, the first artery is the coronary artery, which feeds blood back to the heart. Now, the heart doesn't do this. The heart doesn't feed itself. The body feeds the heart. The heart's job was to empty unconditionally, without resistance, without hesitation, to give fully of itself. The response of the receptive mechanism of the body is to take that first amount of nourishment and return it directly. Now, in Chinese medicine, it's said that the heart is the house of spirit. I believe that there's a corollary between spirit and fire and the sinoatrial node. That is the fire. Now, that fire, that electric impulse, moves from the body. It's how, at one point, we could take pads and put them on the chest and feel the electrical activity, or monitor, notice, register the electrical activity that came from the heart. Well, now there are devices that can register that electrical impulse up to 6 feet away, which means this little spark nugget in the chest is felt 2 arm lengths out from its source. Now, what could that imply? Well, the emotion of the heart in Chinese medicine is joy. Often students of Chinese medicine, Western-minded students, will imagine love and superimpose the word love onto the word joy. And I think that that's incorrect. Joy doesn't have any attachment. It doesn't need an object. It doesn't need conditions. Now, we spoke about how conditions created the sensation for joy, but those conditions are often giving. At Christmas time, which it is, you see the word joy often. It's one of my most enjoyed reminders of the season is when I see the word joy. That This is the season to give. Here's an offering for you. I have made this, I've found this for you. And we gift to those that are nearest to us, those that we wish to love. But we can give to those that we don't love. And it brings joy. That feeling of joy, because it's a feeling, it's a sensation. Feelings are harmonic in our bodies. All feelings resonate and create vibration in the flesh. Now imagine for a moment what it could be like as the spark center of the heart erupts electromagnetic impulses out at a consistent rate, moving out of the body, carrying with it a vibration of joy that we can feel at any moment. We don't need the conditions of giving, but feeling the feeling of joy will probably create the conditions of giving. Now, one of the neat things about the brain, and I've talked about this before, and I know I'm going to talk about it again, is that we can bring up emotions by remembering. If I remember an event of giving freely to somebody, how that felt to help, how that felt to offer, how that felt to give, feel that sensation. And because it's a mind that I have, I can take that sensation and I can turn up its volume. I'll turn it up to 11. And I can expand that feeling. I can create a sense of that feeling that moves beyond my body. I can imagine that. I can grow it as large as I would like because I can do that as an imaginative state. So I can take a memory of joy, feel it again, turn the volume up, expand the feeling, and feel it in the body. Feel how it changes how I feel. And then not worry about it, because the sinus node is going to spark. And it's going to spark through that vibrating field of emotion that I've created. Be joy. Be joy often. Find it in those moments of struggle. Find it in those moments of strife. Find it in those deep places when we don't feel like we can come back up. We can find joy. A physical tool is to give. If you're at a place where you don't know what you can do and maybe you are depressed, give to others in need. Know that you're not the only one, and know that you can do for others. Not as, what do I get in return? That's not your job. Your job is to give. And if our metaphors and if our analogies of what we are hold true in what we are, then the body of the universe will return that in kind and give it back. But that's not why we do it. We do it to give. The heart empties to vitalize the body. It doesn't do it for its own sake. It does it for the body. Now perhaps you can say, because it just popped into my head, and it's true, the body's job is to move the heart around the world. And so maybe it is for the heart's own sake that it empties. But there's no difference. Those around you are your body. The world around you is your expanded body. We might not be present in it. We might not be filling it with our awareness and our consciousness today. But it is still our body. And it thrives and we thrive. And one of the things that help us thrive is when we're around joy-filled people. Joyfulness is contagious. It makes us smile when we think about it. If we add that to the world, then we are doing for others. And by bringing joy, it comes back to feed us in return. And so, yeah, take that. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's more to come. I guarantee it. A Wizard's Workshop is not turning out to be anything like anything else I've seen. And so, if there is it out there, if it exists, that's great. But I don't expect to plagiarize much. This is for you. Enjoy. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel. Go to the website. Check out what I'm offering there. Put a like. Share the video. Watch it again. Get something from it, because we're all in this together, and I'm trying to do my part by adding to the spectrum of knowledge and wisdom and understanding that this body is coming up with, because it's there, it exists, and I got nothing else to do with it. I can't die with it. That would be foolish. So enjoy. I hope you got something from it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with it. And I will talk to you again.